bigcal and welcome to my world. Today it is almost the end of the month. I'm putting this out a day early because something special starts tomorrow. More on that tomorrow, obviously. But being almost the end of the month, it only means one thing. DIY gaming box time. Woo! DIY gaming box. So, in case you don't know what happens, at the end of every month I spin this roulette wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a games console that I own. Then for the next month I have to try and buy some games for that system with a good mix of quality and quantity within a budget of £25. So when I spun this wheel last month it landed on Gameboy / Gameboy Color. I may have broken the wheel. Who the hell am I? Daenerys Targaryen. Anyway, let's just clean that up, put that back there. Yeah, so Game Boy and Game Boy Color. The original Game Boy has a massive. We have never had this problem. It's normally poor Mario here that falls. This is, I don't think has ever fallen off before. Yeah. Game Boy has a massive library and a really good one for the most part. Game Boy Color, yeah, it's mostly those sort of mixed cartridges that can work on Game Boy, but then when you put them in Game Boy Color, they display in colour. And then you have the dedicated Game Boy Color cartridges that are usually those big clear ones with the little bump at the top. Not so many of those worth owning in my opinion. But anyway, let's just dive in and see what I bought. So, get the first game out. This one cost a whole £9.80, making it the most expensive game of this particular video, and it is Donkey Kong Land 3. Yeah, so Donkey Kong Land is kind of like the Game Boy Color version of Donkey Kong Country. Now, obviously for the Game Boy Advance, and I even think the Game Boy Color, the proper colour cartridges, they did release the the Donkey Kong Country games. The Donkey Kong Land games are very similar. Just, I don't even know if they're different level designs or if they're sort of similar or the same. It's very confusing. I'm never too sure if it's a different series entirely or just sort of dumbed down a little bit to fit on a Game Boy and Game Boy Color. But yeah. It's fantastic. It's amazing how they were able to get that graphic style onto the Game Boy / Game Boy Color, because obviously you can play it in black and white or black and green if you're playing it on the original Game Boy. Stick it in the Game Boy Color and you get colour. And it's just, it always amazes me how well these types of games translated to the handheld at the time, because let's be honest, it was an 8-bit handheld. The colour obviously gave it a bit of an upgrade, but not that much. And this, again, is still one of those cartridges that can be played on both the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So, yeah, fantastic title. I do believe I own the first two already, which is why I opted to get 3. So, very happy with the first purchase there. Right, let's go in again. This game cost me £4.20. And was a bloody bargain because it goes for at least double that usually on eBay. Even came with a little cartridge case, and that is, let's get the name right, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. Yes, it is of course Hero Turtles because it's the PAL version where we couldn't say ninja in the mid to late 80s and early 90s. Yeah, whatever. But it is a very fun side-scrolling beat-em-up game with the Turtles. It runs a little bit slow because this is just a regular Game Boy cartridge. It's not one of the ones enhanced for colour or anything. So yeah, it is your bog standard one. But it's still really fun. You get to choose between all 4 turtles. They all have their own weapon. You can even choose which stage you want to start with at the beginning. There are 5 stages. They each have multiple little areas and then a boss at the end. And yeah, it's just a fun, basic side-scrolling beat-em-up. you have your basic weapon attack, you can kick, you can do a jump kick. If you duck and press one of the attack buttons, you throw ninja stars, or I guess hero stars for this version. Yeah, and it's just a fun, decent side-scrolling beat-em-up game for the Game Boy. Perfectly fine. There were 3 of these released. The other 2 a bit more expensive, but I'm hoping to pick them up at some point for the collection. So, very happy with Fall of the Foot Clan there, especially for the price I got it at. Right, next we have a £4 game, and it is a Game Boy Color cartridge, and it is Driver, the original Driver game, but on the Game Boy Color. And it kind of looks and plays sort of similar to the old top-down GTA games, of which I believe was also released on Game Boy Color. Just take off the price label for that. Except you're in the world of Driver, and you can't get out of your car or anything in the first game, so it is just driving around. It's not really... the original Driver games, the first 2 at least on the PS1, it was always fun to just go to the take a ride and drive around and have fun. But here, no, it's not really fun because the world looks like crap because it's on the Game Boy Color and there's just nothing really to do. So you're better off, if you do end up with this version, just go through the Undercover, which is the story mode. Yeah, can't really say much else about that. It's Driver, it's alright. Well, moving on now. Lastly, this was a £6 game, which I believe makes the total of £24, leaving me with a whole £1 to spare. Just take off the £6 label. Just took off part of the label. I ripped a bit of the the actual label on it. Bugger. Ah well, doesn't really matter. Yep, it is Perfect Dark, and it's one of those, it comes with the rumble enhanced feature, so you have to put in a battery if you want to experience the old rumble. But of course I was playing it through the GameCube, so no rumble there, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, Perfect Dark. This is an excellent FPS game on the N64. It is essentially the sequel to 007 GoldenEye, except they no longer have the license, so they created their own. And you play as Joanna Dark, and I believe you're against aliens? Is it aliens? Yeah, whatever, you shoot things. Yeah, so how is it on the Game Boy Color? It's actually really good. I've only sort of done the training part so far, but you're a top-down sort of perspective, maybe a bit isometric, I don't really know how to describe it. Wandering around as Joanna Dark, and you obviously go through different rooms, shoot at enemies who are wandering around, you can pick up ammo and health packs from them. Every so often you go through a door and there'll be a first-person bit where you're shooting at targets. Again, it's just the sort of the training bit at the moment. And there's even some voice acting at the start, and it sounds really good for Game Boy Color. I was very impressed. I am very happy with this game. It is really, really fun. So I'm probably going to dig out a battery, put it in, and give it a playthrough, because pretty good. I'm very pleased with that for the £6. Just a shame I've just now ripped the label on it, but what are you going to do? Yeah, so I got Perfect Dark, Driver, Fall of the Foot Clan with the turtles who may be heroes or ninjas, and Donkey Kong Land 3. Other than Driver, pretty good selection of games I would say, and Driver is not awful, it's just play the console version instead. But the other 3, yeah, I mean, especially Perfect Dark, considering what it is on the N64, then you got it on the Game Boy Color, it's a different version of it, but it's really well done. Very pleased with that, yeah. So, those are the games that I got. Now, just put the box over there. Let's get the wheel out and give it a spin and see what the last month of 2021 will bring us. Hopefully a good console. Right, move the games over there. Bring this table around here a bit into the light. Now the fun part of getting the camera off. Doo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo. Oh, come on. Right, there we go. Okay, here we have the wheel, and let's give it a nice big spin, big spin. Do 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 do. Come on, what number you got for us? That is 11, I believe. Let's have a look off camera. Yep, that is 11. PlayStation 4. So not exactly a retro console, but that's not what this is about. So, the PlayStation 4. If anything, it's probably a really good time right now to pick up some PS4 games because very cheap. PS5's out now, so I could probably get a few decent games for this. It all just depends on what I want to get. Especially as I'm recording this video, Black Friday happens to be tomorrow. So I might be able to get some games in a Black Friday sale. Nice and cheap. So we shall see. Should be an interesting one. Well, I'm bigcal. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my pickups this month. Let me know if there's anything in particular for the PlayStation 4 I should look out for next month. And I'll see you again next time.